All right, it is that time of year again. Willie Waffle, Mix 106 movie reviews as we get into the holiday movie release season. A whole bunch of movies over the next couple of weeks. And we've got 3 this week, as a matter of fact. The remake and updated version of Annie, starring Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. We have Ben Stiller's Night at the Museum 3. And we also have the final in the trilogy of The Hobbit, The Battle of Five Armies.
It turns out even Bilbo Baggins has a sword and he knows how to swing it.
Well, if you read the book, you would know that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't read books. It ruins the end of the movie for me.
Seriously, please, you have to admit, you've read at least one of the books.
I have not read any single Lord of the Rings or Hobbit book ever.
Willie Waffle.
Well, I'm just saying, if everything's going to be made into a movie, I don't want to know how it ends. I like the surprise. I like the yay, finding out if the hero wins or not. I can't read the books. Then I just go in all knowledgeable and stuff.
All right, now that you've watched all 12 movies, you need to do yourself a favor and over the holidays, buy yourself a Christmas gift and buy the Hobbit series.
Well, I think it turns out you can read The Hobbit in less time than actually watching all 3 of the movies.
That's about true.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to say, before to set you up, I thought that the last movie was probably the best so far of the 5.
Really?
I really did.
Wow. See, I thought Return of the King was the best of all the movies.
That was the one I put in second.
Okay.
So how does this one hold up?
It's okay. I mean, I think, you've seen, I feel with the Hobbit series more than with the Lord of the Rings series, this was more about Peter Jackson showing us what he can do with CGI and proving that he can create anything and make it come to life on the screen. And I feel like you get a lot of that in the Battle of the Five Armies because, first of all, story's not that important. They're just jumping right in after the last movie ended. Like, we're literally on the next scene. Here we go, and someone's going to fight. And then there's going to be another fight scene. Then there's going to be another fight scene. And then there's going to be another fight scene.
So I'm probably not going to like this because the Return of the King I thought was good, except I thought the fight scenes were too over the top.
Well, these are breathtaking, massive battles. I mean, they are recreating battles with thousands of soldiers and all sorts of crazy, imaginative creatures that you've never seen on the screen before, and it looks really cool. But it is all one-dimensional. So I'd say like 2.5 waffles. I think you go for the action, but there's nothing else that you're really dedicated to in this movie.
All right, what else do we have?
Well, we also have Annie.
Did we really need another remake of Annie?
No, it turns out, no, we did not.
I answered my own question.
Yeah, and here's the thing. When I look at Annie, I start thinking to myself, if I was the casting director in a movie like Annie, it's a musical, and I think it would be very important to make sure that the people who are starring in the movie had wonderful singing voices. It turns out the casting director for Annie disagrees with me on this point, and that's how you get Cameron Diaz.
She's not a good singer?
She cannot sing.
Oh, great.
And so, therefore, her singing parts are not things that you want to stick around for. And it turns out the kid, Kavanzane Wallace, very charming actress, cannot sing. And that hurts because she sings a lot in this movie.
Can anybody sing?
Jamie Foxx.
He can sing.
He can sing. He can belt it out, man.
All right. So what do you give this one?
The thing is, Fox and Wallace have great chemistry together, and they're wonderful, and they're charming, but everything without them just drags and is boring, and you just feel like they're dragging around a dead carcass of a movie for 2 hours, and that's why it's going to get 1.5 waffles.
Wow, I had such high hopes for this week because, obviously they're hanging on to the end of the year for a reason, and turns out maybe not, unless our final movie can save us. I don't like that laugh.
You think Ben Stiller will save us?
Well, there's got to be a reason they've made 3 of them.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out the reason for the third one as well. Yeah, it's Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb, which I think could be the antidote for too much smiling and happiness during the holiday season.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's so horribly atrocious. And, you've got, Ben Stiller back, and he's still working at the museum, and it turns out the golden tablet that, has the magic that brings them all to life at night is running out of power. And the only way they can save themselves is to go to Britain and get the truth behind the tablet. So now we're all off to Britain. And it's just, who cares? I mean, it's forced, it's contrived, it's outrageously boring. It is a funeral dirge of a movie. It is joyless. It is uninspired. I just wanted something good to happen, and nothing good happened.
So there really are no funny parts, or all the funny parts have already been done in the 2 previous movies?
I mean, I think I laughed maybe twice.
Oh, that is bad.
Yeah, and I wasn't alone.
So do you get any waffles for this one?
Zero waffles. Zero waffles.
Okay, that is sad. When you have 3 movies, one of them is the final movie of 2 different trilogies, and you can't come up with 4 total waffles between the 3 movies?
Don't blame me. I blame Hollywood.
All right. And we're going to talk to you next week. Maybe the Christmas movies will be a little bit better?
Well, yeah, I'm hoping so. One of them's directed by Angelina Jolie. That's Unbroken. How could Unbroken go wrong?
Well, I don't know. I was wondering how The Hobbit could go wrong, but obviously I was wrong. All right, so what movies do we have coming out Christmas Day you're going to talk about?
Well, we're going to talk about Meryl Streep in Into the Woods and the Angelina Jolie-directed Unbroken.
All right. We will talk to you next week, Willie.
All right, sounds like a plan. I'll talk to you then.